11 o'clock. This is 9 News.
Hamilton County Stadium project was supposed to bring new business to women and minorities. So why do some local companies feel cheated?
I put my faith in the county to make sure we got a fair deal, and we didn't.
Hamilton County is not living up to its promises about how it would spend more than $1 billion of our tax dollars to build and finance new stadiums for the Bengals and the Reds. The Channel 9 I-Team spent 5 months investigating. And tonight, I-Team reporter Lori Quinlivan joins us now to expose the county's broken promises. Lori?
Clyde, 40% of the people in Cincinnati are minority. More than half of us are women. And the county promised that both groups would share in the economic benefits of new stadiums. And they even put that promise in writing in this memorandum of understanding. But our investigation shows the county is breaking its promise, and we found county records filled with wrong numbers that may be hiding the truth.
Every time you buy groceries or a car or anything in Hamilton County, you pay a higher sales tax to help build new stadiums. But many critics say the county is not spending your money as promised. Reggie Boyd is with the Baptist ministers.
I want to remind the county commissioners this is not your money, it's ours.
He's addressing County Commissioner Bob Bettinghouse, lead man on the stadium. In early 1996, when it looked like the stadium sales tax was in jeopardy, Bettinghouse summoned minority leaders to his office and cut a deal. Their support for the tax in exchange for 15% of stadium contracts for minority companies. The tax passed and the stadium's going up. But minority and female firms have less than 7% of the work here, not even half what Bettinghouse promised.
Hold it.
Do you think it's important to keep your promises?
Sure.
And Bettinghouse has plenty of incentive to keep his promises. City Council is threatening to sue the county over the lack of minority companies working here. Obviously, the county wants the numbers to look as good as possible. But our investigation finds the county is issuing inaccurate reports with inflated contract amounts.
In July, the county claimed the stadium contractors were 13% minority. We asked for proof, and they gave us this report. We checked it out and found many inflated contract amounts. One of them for Paul McGee's company.
Okay. They're putting out reports saying that they gave McGee Electric, your company, $146,300. Is that true?
No.
You did not get this amount?
No.
Anywhere close?
No.
McGee was amazed to see $146,000 on the county's report.
Oh, that's nice. I want that contract.
McGee says he doesn't have a contract. He simply ordered concrete for a company that does. McGee says he made 2% off the orders, about $3,000 total.
These are invoices from Hilltop.
He showed us his records. He says most of the $146,000 the county claims went to him actually went directly to Hilltop Concrete, a non-minority company.
It looks like that I have more money and making more money than I am making.
Exactly. McGee feels used, and he's not the only one.
This was basically the mechanical side.
Fred Hargrove was hired to do engineering work on the stadium. Based on this letter of intent promising him $180,000, he says he invested thousands to hire new employees and upgrade his computers.
Up until the stadium project, we had no need to be networked.
But now his office is a ghost town. He says he had to let people go and quit the project because he wasn't getting paid.
And they've got you listed there for $180,000.
Yes.
Did you get that money?
No.
Despite this county report, Hargrove never got a contract and was paid only $45,000.
The saddest part of this whole thing is that I put my faith in the county to make sure we got a fair deal, and we didn't.
Look at this $250,000 contract to Forney Painting. The invoices we examined show Forney made only $1,500, not $250,000. After we asked questions, the county gave us a new report with the correct amount. They did the same thing after we questioned this $75,000 contract for print paper to River North. We found the real payment was only $12,000, corrected now by the county in a new report. But even the latest county report about minority contractors here at the stadium has plenty of errors. The $713,000 contract to Waite Construction, this is no guaranteed contract amount. It's an estimate, and it's 7 times more than Mr. Waite estimates he'll make.
$713,000.
That's what they told you they was going to pay me?
Right.
That kind of money. Is at the rate that they're paying me now, what you figure you throw at me, it'd take 20 years to get that kind of money.
By now you're no doubt wondering who's responsible for these inaccurate reports, who's monitoring minority contracts.
Who's doing this monitoring?
Right now the monitoring is being done through the project manager.
The project manager is Dan Straley, but he told us he's not monitoring.
We are not tracking any particular segment of the community as to who's on the project and who isn't.
Why not?
Why would we?
He basically told us that we're not monitoring. Why should we?
Well, I understand that he said that to you, although you have in your hand, and I have right here the monitoring of the project, so it's clearly being done.
But listen again.
But we're not doing that right now.
Are you confident that these numbers are correct?
I'm confident that the people that work for us do excellent work.
After this interview, we asked to see all contracts, invoices, and canceled checks on minority contracts. But the county doesn't even have them. Our request forced the county to send this letter to contractors last week requesting copies of invoices and canceled checks. But aren't these the records the county should have been monitoring all along?
When this is published, then they need to fork that money up.
We know Paul McGee and Fred Hargrove and at least 3 other minority contractors did not get paid what the county claims in its official reports to the state and city council. And we question many more of these contracts.
We have more questions than we had before.
Before airing this, we asked Mr. Bettinghouse for another interview to show him what we found. Bettinghouse refused. Minorities feel used.
This is the old bait and switch.
Now that they've got the money.
Now that you've got the money, you tell the constituency, thanks for your participation at the polls, but now you can go home.
Today, Bob Bettinghouse invited reporters to a presentation about a new federal court ruling which says that state-mandated set-asides or minority quotas are illegal. But this I-Team investigation is not about set-asides. They aren't even being used in the stadium project. This is about whether county commissioners are keeping their promise about how they spend your money. And Clyde, one of the contractors you heard from in our report, we understand got a new deal just this week from the county when he told them he'd been contacted by the I-Team.
So at the very least, interesting timing on that.
Mm-hmm.
And something, it's really curious to me that the county's record-keeping system doesn't appear to be any better than it is.
Yeah, whoever's going to be monitoring, I mean, looking at canceled checks is just a basic first step. It's pretty amazing they're not doing that.
Other cities are building stadiums right now. Lots of cities are doing so. Are they having these same problems?
Not like we are. We've investigated and we've talked to Baltimore, Nashville, Detroit. All of these other cities have set higher goals than we have. They're achieving their goals. And tomorrow night we're going to take you to Cleveland for a real success story, tomorrow at 11.
Okay, all right, Lori, that bears watching. Thank you. Right now, police are on the scene of a serious accident in Avondale involving a semi and a sport utility vehicle. Channel 9.
Saying Dr. Smith has been suspended pending resolution of these charges. It stresses the charges did not involve patients and says the medical center has never received any complaints.